In 1917, a woman stood before a French firing squad. The charge? Spying for Germany, causing the deaths of 50,000 soldiers. She was, they said, the greatest spy of the Great War. But the evidence was a handful of intercepted telegrams and the testimonies of jealous men. Her real crime wasn't treason, it was her entire existence. She was a self-invented exotic fantasy who became a weapon for every power that failed. This is the story of Mata Hari. Not the spy, but the scapegoat. Before the war, before the espionage, there was Margaretha Zelle, Dutch divorcee, with no money and a desperate need for a new life. So, she killed her and gave birth to Mata Hari, which literally means Eye of the Day or Sun in Malay. She didn't just dance, she sold an experience. The Forbidden Orient, packaged for European high society. Her sacred dances were less about cultural accuracy and more about selling authenticity to an audience that craved the exotic. She wasn't a spy yet. She was a brilliant entrepreneur of her own image. 1914. War breaks out. Suddenly, the very things that made Mata Hari a sensation, her international connections, her access to powerful men on all sides, made her a target. And intelligence agencies, desperate for wins, saw not a woman, but an asset, or a pawn. The French intelligence, the Déduction Bureau, recruited her. Their German counterparts, seeing her contact with the French, also paid her. She was likely a terrible double agent for hire, passing negligible gossip for cash to fund her lavish lifestyle in a time of austerity. But here's the critical point. Incompetence is not treason. The French didn't arrest her when they discovered her German contact. They turned her. They used her until they needed her to be something else. 1917. The war is a stalemate. Morale is at rock bottom. The French army is reeling from mutinies. They need a public victory, a clear villain to unite against. Enter Mata Hari, arrested in her Paris hotel room. The trial was a sham. The secret evidence was never shown to the defense. The case rested on sexual innuendo and the presumption that a sexually autonomous woman must be a traitor. The prosecutor famously declared, "A woman like this, without morals, is capable of anything." They weren't executing a spy. They were executing a symbol of decadence, of female uncontrollability, of their own intelligence failures. So, who was she? Spy, an amateur dabbler at best. Sensation? Undoubtedly, she crafted the 20th century's first viral persona. Scapegoat? Absolutely. Mata Hari's true story is a warning of what happens when a society needs a monster to blame. She was killed, not for what she did, but for what she represented. She became the archetype of the Femme Fatale spy, a role that says more about our fears than her reality. In the end, the greatest performance of Mata Hari's life was the one we've all been complicit in staging, long after her death.